Let me tell you what is not mandated in the curriculum, and that's what this bill says. To teach about genocides, including but not limited to the Holocaust and the Armenian Genocide. Including but not limited to. That means all of them. Genocide. Now we wonder, why should we actually do this today? There are so many things mandated. This is not. Why should we mandate this? There was a global poll. Only 54% of people knew or have ever heard about the Holocaust. 54%, half the people in the whole world do not know about the Holocaust, the largest genocide. Of that, how about this, Mr. Speaker? Of that, only 32% believe it's exaggerated or just a myth. That means half of those people who have heard about it think it's exaggerated or a myth. And it's not mandated here. Why should it be mandated, you ask? Well, in 1941, Winston Churchill described mass killings as a crime without a name. He described it as a crime without a name, Mr. Speaker, because the word genocide was not even in existence. The word genocide came from a Polish Jewish lawyer, Raphael Lemkin. That's where genocide came from. And he called it a coordinated strategy to destroy a group of people, to eliminate language, culture, religion, etc. And what we hear about today is we hear about revisionists. Just like I talked about, that 54% that have ever heard of the Holocaust, there are revisionists out there that say, you know what, the Holocaust actually didn't happen, as you know about it. The Armenian Genocide actually didn't happen. In fact, in some countries, it's a crime to even talk about these things. (1941 to 1945). Very benign group. It was called the National Socialist German Workers' Party. Mr. Speaker, you may know it as the Nazi Party. They killed 6 million Jews. 6 million Jews. The word Holocaust comes from Greek words. Holos, meaning whole. Kostos, meaning burnt. Systematically murdered group of people. 1915, the Ottoman government killed almost 1.5 million Armenian people, including Assyrians and Chaldeans in that time. Systematically murdered. Rwanda in 94, Cambodia 1975 to 78. Today, in Iraq and Syria, people are being systematically murdered because they're Christian. Not for any other reason. Systematically murdered because they're Christian. And you want to know, I know, Mr. Speaker, I'm taking a little bit of time, but I want to tell you about 8 stages of genocide by Gregory Stanton in the Genocide Watch. First is classification. You identify them, us versus them. Symbolization, number 2. Number 3, dehumanization, like beheadings. 4, organization, like perhaps the JV team, the organized militia. Polarization, preparation, extermination, and then lastly, denial that it ever happens. In fact, if you go online, you could find the Knights of Columbus are taking up signatures to send to Secretary Kerry, to identify what's going on in the Middle East as a genocide. Because they're systematically targeted. How do you know that they're systematically targeted, by the way? Because after they kill them and displace them, they put a symbol on their door. That's what ISIS is doing. That's the militia, what they're doing. And yet we do not have the gall, we do not have the fortitude to say that is a genocide, because those people are being systematically murdered, systematically killed, systematically raped, systematically displaced. Over 1.2 million people. This bill does what? It creates a council, 15-member council, so that various individuals can come together. Jews, Armenians, Christians, whoever. And then we teach about the genocide based on the curriculum that they put together and the recommendations. And then, so that you don't have only half the people in the world who know about it, there's questions in the assessment. That's why this bill is important, because it's not mandated today, and only half the people in the world actually believe that these genocides happen. So thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity and the time, and I encourage my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to support this bill. Thank you.